College football fans, brace yourselves. The Big Ten season is heating up, and after 6 weeks of thrilling action, the power dynamics are shifting. But here's where it gets controversial. While some teams are soaring, others are leaving us scratching our heads. Let's dive into the top 10 Big Ten teams and uncover the stories behind their rankings, along with a few bold predictions that might just spark some debate. 1. Ohio State. The Buckeyes are on fire, and their 42-3 dismantling of Minnesota in Week 6 was a masterclass in efficiency. For Ohio State fans, this season has been nothing short of a dream. Kicking off with a Week 1 victory over Texas, the Buckeyes have yet to face a real challenge. Bo Jackson is emerging as the next great running back, and Julian Sayin is exceeding expectations. But here's the question. Can they maintain this dominance when the stakes get higher? 2. Oregon. The Ducks enjoyed a well-deserved bye in Week 6 after their cross-country victory at Penn State. Now they face Indiana in Eugene, a game where they're not the overwhelming favorites. If Dante Moore replicates his Penn State performance, Oregon could solidify their position. But here's where it gets interesting. Can Indiana pull off the upset and shake up the rankings? 3. Indiana. The Hoosiers also had a bye week, giving them time to prepare for their daunting trip to Oregon. Historically, Indiana has struggled against top-tier programs, but this could be their chance to change the narrative. Fernando Mendoza and his teammates have the opportunity to prove they belong in the upper echelon. The big question, will they rise to the occasion or fall back into old patterns? 4. Michigan. Don't sleep on the Wolverines. They're on track for a potential 10-1 record heading into their showdown with Ohio State. Their defense remains elite. Justice Haynes has been a breakout star, and Bryce Underwood is steadily improving. However, their Week 7 clash with USC will test their adaptability against a contrasting style. And this is the part most people miss. Can Michigan's offense keep up with USC's firepower? 5. Penn State. Penn State's loss to UCLA was a shocker. The Nittany Lions, despite their talent and experience, haven't beaten a P4 opponent and lost to one of the bottom 5 teams. James Franklin has his work cut out for him. The burning question, what's going wrong, and can they turn it around before it's too late? 6. Illinois. The Illini learned from last season's mistakes, dominating Purdue 43-27. Hank Beatty has seamlessly filled Pat Bryant's shoes, setting a career-high 186 receiving yards. But here's the twist. Can they sustain this momentum against tougher opponents? 7. USC. The Trojans' bye week gave Lincoln Riley time to address their defensive struggles. USC's Big Ten losses often boil down to a lack of physicality and depth in the fourth quarter. Their Week 7 matchup against Michigan will be a litmus test. The controversial take. Has Riley finally cracked the code, or will history repeat itself? 8. Washington. The Huskies overcame a 20-0 deficit against Maryland, thanks in part to a questionable targeting penalty and DeMond Williams' clutch performance. But here's the debate. Did luck play a bigger role than skill in their comeback? 9. Nebraska. The Cornhuskers are 4-1 with a favorable schedule ahead, but they're still missing a signature win in the Dylan Raiola era. The thought-provoking question, is this team truly a contender, or are they just benefiting from a weak schedule? 10. Iowa. Iowa's quarterback struggles continue, with Mark Gronowski's knee injury adding to the uncertainty. Their Week 6 bye provided time to strategize, but the Hawkeyes are no strangers to below-average quarterback play. The bold prediction, can they overcome this weakness and surprise everyone? What's your take on these rankings? Do you agree with the controversial points, or do you see things differently? Let's hear your thoughts in the comments.